What's going on, guys? What's going on? I'm Jay the Black. Salute to everyone tuning in. I want to talk about Tyreek Hill once again. Apparently, he is on trial. He was on trial in a civil case in regards to an Instagram OnlyFans model by the name of Sofie Hall. Now, I made a video about them almost 2 years ago. And back in 2024, I'll link that video in the description box. It will give you a lot of more context as to this video. She sued him because of an incident in, I guess, in the backyard. They were doing drills, and according to her, she embarrassed him in one of the drills, and he had people there, presumably family, I believe, according to her. And so he got upset, and they did another drill where she felt like he intentionally ran into her and broke her leg. And then afterwards took her into the house and they had relations. Now, they met because she took her son to, I believe, his football camp, and that's how things got rolling. And also text messages was provided in this situation to state more of what is going on with Tyreek. Sofie Hall's lawyers are trying to prevent Tyreek Hill's legal team from bringing up her OnlyFans and social media work, her, past history, and the claim that she and Hill allegedly had consensual relations later that night after the injury, arguing those details are irrelevant to whether Hill caused the fight. Well, it is relevant because you said that this guy caused you emotional distress. You're saying that he caused you emotional distress. So yes, it's going to be relevant. You can't claim emotional distress and then you from what happened and then you had relations with him. That's going to hurt your case. Meanwhile, Hill's lawyers are attempting to block Hall's side from mentioning his past allegations or controversy involving women, along with any claims suggesting he has a history of violence unrelated to the case. Now, this is the text messages. Tyreek Hill's dog is at the center of a civil trial that began Thursday over what happened the day a social media influencer suffered a knee fracture after a friendly football training session at the former Miami Dolphins player's Southwest Ranches mansion. Sofie Hall and her legal team blame Hill for roughhousing during the training, causing the alleged permanent injury, while he contends she tripped over his puppy, Chapo. Got a puppy named Chapo. Opening statements and testimonies in the trial begin Thursday afternoon before Broward Circuit Court Judge David Himes, a bit less than 3 years after the training session in June of 2023. She left the turf with broken bones, Hall's attorney John told the jury. Selected on Wednesday and consists of 7 women and 2 men. Why do these juries always have more women than men? Have y'all noticed that? Or are they trying to make up for jury trials from years past? Why? Because this is what happened in Stephon Diggs' trial. He had what I think it was 6 women and 1 man or something like that. Y'all correct me if I'm wrong. Wasn't it like six women and 1 man, or 7 women and 1 man? Y'all let me know in the comment section. Why they always have to have purportedly more women than men? I thought it was supposed to be equal number. Why did he? It's just crazy. Maybe is it a civil trial thing or a criminal trial thing? Because this is a civil trial. They making up for all the misogyny, quote unquote. Hall, 36, sued Hill in February 2024 for battery, assault, intentional infliction of emotional distress and negligence. She's seeking up to $75,000 in damages. The single mother, based in the Tampa area, was born in England and moved as a child with her family to Florida. She boasts over 2 million Instagram followers. And by the way, she's trying to get what goes on her career. She's trying to get that not spoken about in court. Well, if you don't bring up his domestic violence allegations in his past, then they won't bring that up. But if the attorney proceeds to do that, then they're going to get in the mud too, which is, so Hall was a football mom for a year before this, said Hill's attorney Robert Horowitz. She went to football practices she knew and assumed the risk. A football training camp was exactly what Hall believed her then 10-year-old son needed for his budding sports career. And it could help him find and grow with a positive male role model, she said during her testimony. Well, the father, where's the father? The father should be the positive male role model. Professional athletes could be someone that you admire and look up to, but the father of the child needs to be the positive male role model. And, this could be, just her way of getting around football players. We've seen when these mothers go to these be on the sidelines for their sons' games looking for attention. The number one male role model for a young man should be his father. A football training pitching a few options to him, he insisted upon Tyreek Hill football camp in Boca Raton. Hill had recently joined the Miami Dolphins via trade from the Kansas City Chiefs in March of 2022. The team gave him a 4-year, $120 million deal, making him the highest paid wide receiver in the NFL by average annual value. He was released from the Dolphins in February and is now a free agent. That's the life of a football player, man. You can get the big contract and then you can be released right after that. This is why I'm tough when it comes to Tyreek Hill, because you have so much drama and BS going on in your personal life that will affect your career. And it did. That's why he's no longer there. Not only because of injury, but because, he just can't keep himself out of issues with the women in his life. Having multiple kids by different women that hasn't been spoken about yet in these articles. Just very distracted. So on May 24, 2023, she signed up her son. She received an Instagram DM from Hill the next day. Not is all the message from Hill to Hall read. Not what, she responded, to which he said she was not 6'1" as she described herself in her Instagram profile. Is that a pickup line on Instagram? Pickup line? This was the beginning of what became daily communication between the two that eventually evolved into an intimate relationship, her attorney said. Believing Hill could be a good role model for her son, here we go with that role model, she continued talking with him, even asking him to give her son a pep talk because it would make him happy, she told the jury. So this thing gets sadder by the more you read this. It's like, were you like trying to, because it's like it's like the running joke of the kids, the mother having the quote unquote uncle around with the kids, and the kids have this, they think the guy is their uncle, but he's really the woman's secret boyfriend. So the mother has the secret boyfriend around, but she don't want to call him her boyfriend. So what she'll say is, or the kids will call him uncle because he's around, and that's basically what she'll call him, or her brother, right? Women love calling men their brother, that they're not actually their brother, right? So she's trying to bring him, like preparing him to be like a stepdad to the son. That's what this looks like. Maybe she thought that she was going to get a relationship from Tyreek. They all think this. I want y'all to understand, all of these Instagram, they all think that these athletes, they can get these athletes to date them. From the beginning of their chats, the exchanges were flirty, both legal teams said, with Hill telling Hall he would make a good stepfather. You see the game that he was. Oh man, he knew exactly what she was looking for. Listen, he knew exactly she was looking for a stepfather for her son. Hill telling Hall he would make a good stepfather. And in turn, she thought that he would be that she would be able to have this NFL player be a stepfather to her son. But it was just game from him. He wasn't trying to, because I think he might have been dealing with Keita at the time. We're talking 2023. I think he was dealing with Keita at the time too. That's who he really wanted to be with. This was just a hookup for him, a side thing. Two discussed going on vacation to Puerto Rico, even talking with Hill's sister, who books flights for him. Here we go. Now, I guess she's speaking to family, so I guess she thinks that, you know, she's his girlfriend. Because let me tell you ladies something, you can speak to their family all you want to. It doesn't mean that you're going to be his next wife. It doesn't mean you're going to be his next girlfriend. You're just another, and they know this. I was excited, Hall said of the vacation, but added that she then felt overzealous about the situation and realized she didn't know Hill well enough to go on a trip with him. Instead, Hill invited her to stay at his sprawling $7 million, 2-story, 7-bedroom Southwest Ranches mansion for a long weekend in June of 2023. Hall agreed and Hill booked the flight for her. She even admitted it, that she did not know him like that. She didn't know him like that to go on a trip. Yes, but she went to his house of a man she don't even know like that. And you got heifers who will tell you they don't want to, you know, they want to take it slow and get to know you. This is what they tell all the men who take them on dates. I want to take it slow. I don't want to rush into anything. It didn't take her that long to go stay at his house of a man. Even though he's a football player, she don't know him. She don't know his peoples like that. But she still went to his house of a man she barely knew. And you got women out here who be trying to play mind games about how they want to take it slow and not go, you know, they don't want to rush into anything. That is the biggest lie ever told. A woman will rush into a situation fast for a man that they are either attracted to or a man that has a lot of money and social clout. This case is about an aggressive act, John, her attorney, told the jury, emphasizing that what was supposed to have been a fun vacation ended up a tragic injury. Which again, I blame Tyreek the most for this, because one, you had her staying at your house and you're doing these football drills. You're an NFL player. You should be doing football drills with other like professionals, like trainers. Why were you doing this with her? Was you trying to prove a point, or I don't know, you trying to impress her or the people there? Arriving at Hill's mansion, she placed her luggage in his room and then met his mother and sister. Later in the day, Hill began training outside with his personal trainer. Hall eventually went to watch and asked to participate. Oh, so she asked to participate. She asked to participate, family. So again, I can blame Tyreek Hill on this, but I can also blame her as well, because she asked to participate. This wasn't a situation where he told her, "Hey, go stand up there and do this." She asked to participate. She asked to participate. He didn't ask her or force her to do it. So she can't use that. The two agreed to do offensive lineman drills, as that is the position her son wanted to play. Miss Hall did as instructed, and on contact with Hill, caused Hill to be pushed backward, garnering laughter from the witnesses present at the time, including Hill's mother, sister, friend, and trainer. The lawsuit read. That would piss off anybody. You know what I'm saying? And also that tells you a lot about the people around you, that they are laughing at you, right? You getting embarrassed, that them making fun of you. Like when your own family is making fun of you, that had to hurt. I know that hurt his feelings. And it also tells you a lot about those people too. Well, the Hall was able to push back the 5'10", 190-pound wide receiver, according to NFL.com, was debated in the courtroom. Hall and her legal team noted that she was 6'1", 260 pounds, with an athletic background as well, playing and coaching basketball in the past. Horowitz, Hill's attorney, while not outright outrightly dismissing the claim, emphasizing that Hill makes a career out of facing larger opponents. So I'm guessing that's what happened. I mean, look at the size differential. And she has an athletic background. You know what I think happened? I think Tyreek Hill thought that she would, not put effort into it. I think she put a whole bunch of effort into it. I think she, as a 6'1", 260 pounds, I think she stood her ground and she made sure that he felt the full brunt of that. I think he thought that, she'd move back and not put, but I think she put a lot of effort into it, which caused him to fall backwards. And I think he was taken aback by that. I think he felt in that moment she was trying to embarrass me. And I'm not saying it's right. I'm not saying him, retaliating according to her lawyers or her. I'm not saying that that's right. But what I'm saying is I just think that a combination of the whole situation with the drill and everybody laughing, I think pissed him off to the point to where he wanted to prove a point. And he wanted to put maximum effort into it. Tyreek Hill was not cool with it. John said Thursday, this is when his demeanor switched. He continued, before they could begin the next drill, Hill's puppy Chapo ran out and disrupted them. During the third drill, Hill delivered what John described as a warning shove and told her, yeah, you felt that, right? You felt that. It was during their fourth drill, John said that Hill charged at her, causing an injury that left her in excruciating pain, and he had to carry her piggyback into the house. Hall would later be diagnosed with a fractured tibula plateau that required surgery. She now has surgical scars in her knee. She did not receive medical care until after she left Hill's home 3 days later. Now, Horowitz posed the question of why Hall would stay and continue playing if she felt scared or uncomfortable by Hill's change in demeanor. She stayed because she was probably felt good about herself. She felt good. I think in that moment, I think she felt good about herself that she was able to knock him back. I think that's what happened. I think, she was feeling herself, and I think he just got more and more enraged. And she just couldn't see it because everybody else is laughing. She was probably laughing too. And that culminated into what ended up happening here. He said Hall never said anything when she was on the ground and argued that even though she now claims Hill assaulted her, she let him carry her back into the house, stayed for the weekend, had relations with them twice. She also texted her sister and friends that she had hurt herself, describing the incident as an attack, Horowitz said during his opening statement, or never describing it as the incident as an attack. In depositions, John said the witnesses at Hill's home that day all gave different versions of events, with Hill saying he never even came into contact with Hall and that she stepped on his dog and fell back. John referenced Hill's mother, who said Hall tripped over Chapo while trying to catch a ball. His sister claims she wasn't outside during the training drills. His trainer, Nathan, said he could not pin down what happened. Hill's defense team claims that it will bring in an expert witness later in the trial who will testify that Hall's injury was caused by her own body weight and deformities in her legs. Well, she has long legs, so that's not far-fetched. Hall's attorney said they have their own expert witnesses who will disprove that. Days after the injury, Hall sent Hill an x-ray and put the blame on him. I think you are too strong pushing against me, she wrote to him. The message also showed that she was upset because he did not check up on her after the injury. Not a chance, he replied to the accusations. I just moved too fast. I mean, you're talking about basically a professional athlete, man. Come on, man. Listen, if he would have checked up on her and, he would have, been there for her as she wanted, none of this would. If he would have helped take care of the bill and check up on her, he'd probably still be having relations with her to this day. But I think her feelings was hurt too because she got embarrassed. And, it's funny because it could be both their faults. It could be both their faults, but y'all let me know in the comment section. Let me know your thoughts. Like this video and share. Comment down below. Let me know what you think. Check out the videos. Like this video. Share this video. Make sure y'all. Yeah. See y'all next.